Every second, billions of Google searches generate staggering wealth, powering one of the largest digital empires in history. Yet the man behind this fortune rarely seeks the spotlight, making his journey even more remarkable. But search was only the beginning. Artificial intelligence, cloud computing, self-driving cars, and bold moonshot projects transformed one brilliant idea into a fortune worth tens of billions. How did it happen? Stay with us, you'll never see Google the same way again. Every billionaire story begins somewhere. Larry Page's journey started not in Silicon Valley, but inside an ordinary Michigan neighborhood. Born in 1973, Larry grew up surrounded by computers long before most families had even seen one. His house looked more like a computer laboratory than a family living room, sparking endless curiosity from an early age. Both of his parents worked in computer science, making technology feel less like magic and more like everyday life. Instead of simply using technology, he constantly wondered how machines worked and how they could become dramatically better. Engineering quickly became his passion, leading him toward one of America's most respected universities. Every project sharpened his ability to solve enormous problems by thinking differently from everyone around him. His academic journey eventually brought him to Stanford, where everything was about to change forever. Stanford wasn't simply another university, it placed Larry among some of the world's brightest technological minds. The internet was expanding explosively, yet finding useful information remained surprisingly frustrating for millions of people. Websites multiplied every day, creating a digital universe where valuable knowledge became increasingly difficult to discover. Rather than accepting the problem, Larry became obsessed with finding a fundamentally better solution. His ideas combined mathematics, engineering, and human behavior into an entirely fresh way of organizing information. One unexpected meeting inside these halls would permanently reshape the future of the internet. He had no idea that a future business partner was only moments away from changing everything. Sometimes history changes quietly, with nothing more dramatic than two brilliant students starting a conversation. Those conversations would eventually evolve into an idea capable of transforming the world's access to information. Next came an unlikely partnership, an impossible idea, and the search engine that would eventually create one of history's greatest fortunes. History rarely announces itself. In 1995, two graduate students met during a Stanford campus tour. Larry arrived with ambitious ideas, constantly questioning how information could be organized more intelligently. Sergey Brin matched Larry's intelligence, but challenged nearly every opinion he expressed. Their first conversations sounded more like debates than friendship, but every disagreement sharpened their thinking. Meanwhile, the internet exploded with new websites, making useful information increasingly difficult to locate. Search engines mostly counted keywords, often delivering confusing results instead of the best answers. Larry believed the web itself contained clues about which pages truly deserved attention. Every hyperlink became a vote of confidence, revealing which websites were actually trusted by others. That simple insight evolved into PageRank, an algorithm that measured importance instead of mere repetition. The mathematics were incredibly complex, yet the goal remained beautifully simple: better search results for everyone. Together, they challenged each other's assumptions until every improvement became stronger than either could achieve alone. Prototype after prototype proved their approach consistently delivered faster and far more relevant answers. They built powerful computing systems using inexpensive hardware, stretching every available dollar to continue improving. Word spread quickly across campus that one research project produced astonishingly accurate search results. For Larry, recognition mattered far less than solving a problem billions would eventually experience. Their project soon needed something more than an algorithm. It needed an identity worthy of its ambition. A simple research experiment was rapidly becoming the foundation of an entirely new technology company. Next, one unforgettable name, a legendary garage, and a single investment would launch Google toward unimaginable success. Make it 4. Their research had outgrown Stanford. Now it needed a company, a home, and believers willing to take enormous risks. Larry now faced a decision that would define his future: continue academic research or build a revolutionary business. Sergey shared the same vision. Together they believed better search could reshape the entire internet. The name came from Google, a mathematical term representing an unimaginably large number, perfectly matching their ambitious mission. Their goal wasn't simply building another search engine. It was organizing the world's information for everyone. Their first headquarters wasn't glamorous. It was a rented garage overflowing with computers, cables, and impossible dreams. Days blended into nights as every spare hour went toward making search dramatically faster and smarter. Larry quietly focused on engineering excellence instead of publicity, believing superior products would naturally attract loyal users. Then came a breakthrough. An investor believed in the vision before the company even officially existed. That early investment provided more than money. It delivered confidence that the impossible suddenly felt achievable. Users arrived faster than anyone expected, recommending Google simply because it consistently delivered better results. Every day brought millions of additional searches, pushing the young company far beyond its original expectations. Speed, simplicity, and accuracy became Google's greatest competitive advantages in a crowded internet landscape. Success arrived quickly, yet Larry remained obsessed with improving products rather than celebrating early victories. The tiny startup was rapidly evolving into infrastructure the entire internet would soon depend upon. But popularity alone doesn't create billionaires. The real fortune was still waiting to be discovered. A revolutionary business model would soon transform searches into one of the most profitable advertising platforms ever created. Next, a brilliant advertising idea transformed Google from an innovative startup into one of the richest companies on Earth. Millions loved Google, but popularity alone couldn't pay the growing costs of running an ever-expanding search engine. Larry refused to sacrifice user experience simply to earn money, forcing the company to think differently. Instead of distracting banners, Google imagined advertisements that actually matched what people were searching for. For the first time, businesses could reach customers precisely when they were already looking to buy. Behind every search, intelligent auctions quietly determined which advertisements delivered the greatest value for both businesses and users. As advertisers joined, Google's income climbed dramatically without charging ordinary users a single cent. While revenue exploded, Larry continued prioritizing engineering breakthroughs over short-term profits or personal attention. Small local shops and global corporations alike rushed toward Google's rapidly expanding advertising platform. Millions of tiny advertising payments combined into one of the most powerful revenue engines ever created. Larry believes sustainable innovation would always outperform chasing quick profits or temporary market trends. Every new search strengthened Google's position as an essential gateway connecting billions of people with information. More users attracted more advertisers, creating a powerful cycle that competitors struggled to break. Superior results and smarter advertising pushed Google further ahead with every passing year. Even as Google's influence expanded worldwide, Larry remained remarkably quiet compared with other famous technology founders. Revenue accelerated so quickly that Google suddenly possessed resources capable of funding almost any ambitious project imaginable. Instead of simply protecting its success, Google prepared to invest in technologies that barely seemed possible. Advertising built the fortune, but innovation would determine whether that fortune continued growing for decades. Next, Larry made an unexpected decision that reshaped Google forever and multiplied the value of his growing fortune. By 2015, Google had become much more than a search company, and Larry believed its structure needed to evolve. Rather than managing one giant organization, Larry envisioned independent companies sharing one powerful foundation. That vision became Alphabet, a parent company designed to organize ambitious businesses under one strategic umbrella. Google remained the financial engine, funding ambitious projects that might require years before generating meaningful returns. Instead of protecting existing success, Alphabet invested aggressively in technologies that could define entirely new industries. Autonomous driving became one of Alphabet's boldest bets, aiming to transform transportation around the world. Artificial intelligence also became a central priority, promising breakthroughs far beyond internet search. Larry consistently preferred solving tomorrow's biggest problems instead of maximizing today's earnings alone. Those investments demanded patience, but they also positioned Alphabet for opportunities competitors could barely imagine. Investors gained greater transparency, making Alphabet's diverse businesses easier to understand and evaluate. He empowered talented leaders, believing exceptional people performed best with freedom rather than excessive oversight. Search, cloud computing, artificial intelligence, healthcare, and transportation increasingly reinforced one another across the Alphabet ecosystem. Every successful breakthrough generated resources that funded the next generation of ambitious technological experiments. As Alphabet matured, Larry gradually stepped away from daily management while maintaining long-term strategic influence. Even while exploring ambitious futures, Google's search business continued generating extraordinary amounts of cash every single day. As Alphabet's value climbed, Larry's ownership stake quietly transformed into one of the world's largest personal fortunes. Yet search alone no longer defined Larry's wealth. Entirely new technologies were beginning to reshape its future. Next, we'll uncover exactly where Larry Page's billions come from today, and how his fortune continues growing almost silently. By now, Larry Page wasn't earning wealth through a paycheck. His fortune grew because his ownership kept becoming more valuable. Unlike many celebrities, Larry rarely displays luxury publicly, making his immense fortune surprisingly invisible to most people. Most of Larry's wealth exists as ownership in Alphabet, not piles of cash sitting inside bank accounts. When Alphabet's market value rises, the value of Larry's ownership often rises alongside it, without selling shares. This compounding effect allowed billions to grow over decades instead of through constant buying and selling. Search remains the foundation, while cloud services, online video, software, and artificial intelligence strengthen the broader business. Despite extraordinary wealth, Larry has consistently preferred privacy and long-term innovation over public displays of extravagance. Every second, Alphabet's global infrastructure quietly serves billions of people across nearly every country on Earth. Beyond Alphabet, Larry has also backed ambitious technologies aimed at solving transportation, healthcare, and engineering challenges. His investment philosophy has always favored technologies capable of changing industries instead of chasing short-term trends. Because most of his fortune is tied to company shares, its value naturally rises and falls with the market. Short-term volatility matters far less when your strategy focuses on decades instead of days. Continuous innovation helps strengthen Alphabet's competitive position, supporting the long-term value behind Larry's ownership stake. Unlike many billionaire founders, Larry rarely seeks interviews, allowing his products to speak louder than his personality. His greatest asset isn't luxury or cash, it's ownership in one of history's most influential technology businesses. Yet Larry's greatest achievement may not be his billions, but the culture of innovation he helped create. His influence extends far beyond personal wealth, shaping technologies billions of people rely on every single day. Next, we'll uncover the timeless principles behind Larry Page's success and why his greatest innovation was actually the way he thought. Behind every billion Larry Page earned stood a philosophy focused on solving enormous problems instead of chasing quick financial rewards. He often believed impossible goals attracted better ideas because ordinary thinking rarely creates extraordinary breakthroughs. Rather than improving products by 10%, Larry challenged teams to imagine improvements 10 times greater. Massive challenges forced engineers to abandon familiar solutions and invent completely new approaches from the ground up. Larry believed extraordinary organizations are built by hiring remarkable people and giving them freedom to experiment. Instead of dominating every discussion, he often encouraged talented teams to discover the best answers independently. His decisions were measured over decades, allowing investments that many competitors considered far too risky. Patience allowed small ideas to mature into technologies serving billions of people across the entire world. failure wasn't automatically viewed as defeat if valuable lessons accelerated the next breakthrough. His confidence came less from certainty and more from trusting careful experimentation and evidence over assumptions. The greatest innovations ultimately mattered because they improved how billions of people learned, worked, and communicated. For Larry, extraordinary wealth emerged naturally after solving problems that affected millions and eventually billions of users. Empowering brilliant people to pursue ambitious ideas became one of Larry Page's most enduring competitive advantages. His legacy extends beyond billions into technologies that quietly shape everyday life across the globe. The fortune is remarkable, but the thinking behind it may prove even more valuable over the long term. One simple question remained: what can entrepreneurs everywhere learn from Larry Page's extraordinary journey? The answer reaches far beyond technology, revealing timeless principles that apply to almost every ambitious dream. Next, we'll uncover the real secret behind Larry Page's fortune and why it has almost nothing to do with money itself. After tracing Larry Page's journey, one question remains: what truly made him one of history's richest innovators? His story proves that extraordinary influence doesn't always belong to the loudest voice in the room. Instead of chasing money directly, Larry focused on solving problems that millions and eventually billions experienced every single day. One useful idea became many businesses, and those businesses created opportunities far beyond the original search engine. His greatest competitive advantage wasn't speed alone, it was the patience to think decades into the future. Even after achieving extraordinary success, Larry remained remarkably focused on innovation rather than personal fame. Today, billions interact with technologies influenced by Google's ecosystem, often without even realizing it. That worldwide reach continues strengthening the business foundation supporting Larry Page's remarkable long-term fortune. The lesson is simple: create lasting value first, and financial success often follows as a consequence. Larry's influence will likely be measured not only in billions, but in generations of future innovators inspired by his example. From childhood curiosity to a global technology empire, every chapter built naturally upon the previous one. The path wasn't built through shortcuts, but through persistence, curiosity, and an unwavering commitment to meaningful innovation. Every transformative company begins with one powerful idea pursued consistently despite uncertainty and enormous challenges. Sometimes the world's most influential people aren't those constantly in headlines, but those quietly changing how humanity lives. Larry Page didn't simply build a company. He built systems that changed the world, and that's the true source of lasting wealth.